Right then guys, it's Friday. The weather is not perfect, but it's as good as it's going to get, I think. So I have insulated it as good as I could. The actual roof is done now. Let me spin you around really quick. Yeah, so what we are going to do today is attempt a little bit of fiberglassing. So what I have done in preparation is really connected all of this down so it doesn't flop around. I've put some insulation boards in there behind that new bar just to keep it taut and give it a bit of torsion. Everything is ready in here. Even with really strong rain, this doesn't really get wet at all. Get a tiny little bit of, excuse me. So I get a little bit of water ingress just on the top of that, obviously because it's hitting the other side and just coming through. It just makes that top layer of things damp, but that's it, so that's not a problem. Everything else here is ready. Don't look at those pipes, they're just there for cleanliness so I can sort out the other side. I've reinforced all of this here. We've actually got the roof on as well, guys. Okay, so the rubber roof is on. I've done some stuff down here. So I've completed the pipe work for the bio chamber. That is not glued on yet. That's just loose, do you know what I mean? So that comes off. We've got the pump at the bottom of that ball valve, which will sit down here somewhere. We've got that cuts across the air source heat pipe. We have got the inlet there, which is very close to the pump. So that's only temporary. I'm probably not even going to do that on there. So what I'm planning on doing is doing a 90 and kicking the thing back here or something like that. I don't know. That's that could be done after fiberglassing. So that's all in situ. We've also attached the 3-inch poo pipe, which goes all the way through my chamber and goes across there. We've got the 4-inch inlet. That's all solvent welded and in perfect situ to accommodate that drum outlet. We've also got a 20,000 down there, but that is going to change to a 30,000 when I take it off the pump before the actual filtration system goes in. That connects, goes straight up here. It splits on that T, and then we've got 2 valves, i.e. to close them totally so I can take the pump off and isolate the whole pond, or to regulate the flow, which goes straight into the pond that way. And then we've got one that goes through the air source heat pump. So depending on how much we want to go through the air source heat pump, which makes it most efficient, we've also got this one then to bypass whatever other fluid we want to go through to the pond. Forked out for a stainless steel shelf, which is very nice. That sits directly above the Profi drum, and just sits above where the lid opens. Just put my Fujimac up there. I don't know why. Just want to see what it looked like. Make sure it's sat properly, and it sits absolutely lovely there. So I got another Fujimac to go this side, a smaller one. That will come more apparent later on. But yeah, pretty much ready to go now. The only thing I've got to do is I've got a drill. I've got a core drill. One more hole by here. Put a pipe through it, and put that on it, which will sit about there. Okay, which will be just above the water line. So that way, all of my air pipes and my electrical cable from the pump will go through this and out, so I don't get, and it pretty makes like a small little trap, I guess. So all the pipe work comes out subsurface of this wall. I want this wall to be nice and clean and look the nuts. So that pipe work will come here, and then I've got some more of these fittings come in with little taps on them that I'm making myself, and we've got 3 that sits there for the 3 air source. So they'll pretty much go into one of these pipes, and we'll have the small taps on the top to regulate the flow. And I've got another one to go that side, which goes to the bottom end of the skimmer there. So anyway, let's get this going. I'm a bit nervous today, but I have taken on board. Lots of people's been contacting me to get some certain products to prep all of the stuff. Bought lots and lots of fiberglass bits and bob. Did pick up a bulk of my fiberglass from Jack the Balding Reefer. So I don't know if you're aware, actually, he's quite a nice guy in person, and he's actually doing fiberglass in packs now, which I wasn't aware of until he contacted me. You know, when I sort of like didn't get the other guy to come down and do the pond. But anyway, if you're interested, contact him. He just gives you square footage and all that kind of stuff, and he puts it all together. He gives you your acetone, your resin, your top coat, even additives to go in the top coat to make it smoother, all your matting, your brushes, the whole pack actually, to be honest. And it's very, very good. Like it's good stuff. So I've also bought some other bits and bobs myself from a company that I can put in the link if you want, some bits and bobs that Jack doesn't do. So, well, the only thing that's got to be done now is hopefully the weather's with me. Temperatures are pretty good today. They're about, well, ranging from 15 to 17 C, so that's pretty much optimal-ish. Do you know what I mean? So we should be good. Just need to go now, drop a couple of Marines off to the pool for their daily exercise, and do that one hole. That'll take me about half an hour. Give it a little bit of clean up so I'm not tripping over stuff, because fiberglassing is no joke. And it's no joke for an amateur like me, so I've got to do it very diligently. See you in a minute. There we are then, guys. So what I've done is I've done a little bit of prep work, put some tape around the outside so I don't get any resin on this. If I do, not the end of the world. It can be sanded off. Got rid of all the dust in there and all the bits and bobs. All I got to do now is paint some of this micro seal T20 and all of the pipe work, just to give it a bit more of a bond. All of these are obviously protruding quite a lot, but they'll all be trimmed off tidy later on. Well, the only thing else left to do really is to show you all my stuff. And, well, let's see what we can do then. Right then, guys. We haven't got a koi mug today, but we've got a Warhammer mug, which is every bit as cool. These little guys are Imperial Fists. That's the inner nerd in me. Have a look at the fish, actually, before I tell you what I've been doing. So the fish are absolutely fine. I've dropped the temperature down to 19 degrees at the moment. I'm quite conscious that I've got to cover this pond very soon. Hopefully today, but I am busy, guys. I'm not going to lie. Look at that for a selection of fish. Now, I am very proud of those. I do have another 5 coming from Japan from this harvest. The DK line Shiro Yatsuri that won second in the All Japan and the Wakagoi has been harvested, and oh my god, I've got a funny feeling someone is a bit upset that they've sold me that fish. I did pay a premium on the fish, however that was on encouragement of people about the quality of it, and it's come out in the mud pond. I think it's about 51, 52 cm now, and it's literally 3.5 grand fish. So yeah, I think you can make some money with fish. So I'm really happy about that. And when I get a better video of it, I'll definitely show everyone it, and it's fantastic. My fish are flashing once or twice in here now, so I'm going to do a couple of pond parameters later on, after I've done the top coat on my pond. That's right, guys. I don't know how. I definitely know when, but I fiberglassed the pond. So I'm not going to lie, guys. The pond took me 2 solid days to fiberglass. I took my time, talked to some experts in the field, and they said, take your time, do this amount of catalyst. Got all my stuff from him, and if anybody wants to know where I got all of the products to do this pond, I'm more than happy to let you know. And like I'm saying, it really is not an easy job. I think if you're capable, and people know who's capable out there, do you know what I mean? You could probably do it. If you're not so capable, I definitely get a professional to do it. But to be honest, it's not rocket science. It is just a horribly uncomfortable job. It is not nice whatsoever in any shape or any form. I think I was, with the biochamber in the main pond, I think I was 6 hours one day and 6 hours the next day. Yesterday, I started rubbing down and cleaning all the pond up. Today, all I've got to do is the last final bits of clean up on the floor, just rubbing back, getting all ready for the flow coat, waiting for the temperature just to raise a little bit, and then we're on to the flow coat. So I've got a really nice day today. We're going up to about 16 degrees here. Dry as a bone, and tomorrow raises up to about 16 degrees as well. So I've got 2 full days, real nice good days for this to cure. It could take way longer than that, but then again, I'm not in no rush to get this filled up. So this is going to be months before it's filled up with water, probably, with the ideas I've got and how I want to get it right. But let me spin you around. Don't look at the little bits of mess on the floor, but I'm quite proud of myself. And I've absolutely saved a packet of money. I can tell you now, you can buy a top drum filter for the amount of money I've saved on doing this myself. Let me spin you around. Right, so there we are, guys. All fiberglassed. That's not on. I've just put it there to see what it's like. Everything is fiberglassed. Absolutely buzzing with this. So we've got, if you can see that there, that's triple layered here, and it is absolutely, it's like steel, absolute steel. So what I've done is I've put, I'm just rubbing it all back now, you can see, but it's all tucked up into there, perfect. Obviously I've got some of these tiles here to sit in here, so that's going to be a total flush surface here. But as you can see, well, I don't think, to be honest, it can get much better than that. You know, all's done. Everything is done in here. All done into the drain, lovely. Absolutely solid. Everything is solid, all the way up to the skimmer. I've cleaned all this off today. So I used I used an amazing product called Micro Seal T20. And what you do is you paint it onto all the bits of PVC before, like half an hour, 45 minutes before you actually do this. But it just bonds perfectly. It's great. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've started to clean up bits. Started to do all of this. This is lovely. If you can see, it's all totally sealed all the way around in there. And what I've done, when I rubbed it all down yesterday, I actually made some more fiberglass resin, and I painted it on with a small brush just to make sure that is totally sealed all the way around. Like I said, the corners are lovely, all the way around. The bottom is great, all the way around. The bottom drains are done. And these have turned out really well as well, guys. These are obviously the outlets, so these are the flat ones that I was using, and they're totally flat. I don't think you'll even see it when it's flow coated. So I've beveled these off really nice. So I'll flow coat into these as well. Again, with these guys, I took my time. If you can see in that, it is absolutely everything is totally covered, okay? So it's totally watertight all the way through there. Not an easy job, guys, I'm not going to lie. This was very, very fiddly to do, but I think it's going to pay off. So what I done is I basically patchworked this to start with, and also the middle one, and also this one. So I patchworked all of this, let it go off for a little while, and then I hit that wall, the top. And then I hit the actual groove all the way in, because as you can see, this is all lovely. It's all perfect. You know, you can see it. There we are. So that's where my air ribbon is going to sit in there, air curtain, whatever. And now spiders can crawl out. I've had loads of spiders in here because they couldn't crawl out when it was just that stuff. But I'm very, very happy. So there is 2 layers. So there's of 600 thickness matting. So it's a serious thickness, do you know what I mean? So we've got it's like steel. It's like absolute steel. In the corners, I've done triple layers, so I've hit all the corners with another batch of matting as well. And also all the way around the window, like I said, that's me. You cannot move that whatsoever. It's absolutely solid. So there's a triple layer all the way around there as well. And yeah, like I said, I'm really, 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 really happy with the result. I just can't believe, to be honest, I can't believe I've done it. It was not a very nice job. I'm quite proud of myself. But yeah, very, very good. Absolutely spiffing. So what the plan is today is I've got to rub down the floor. I've rubbed all the walls and all down. There's no burrs or anything there whatsoever. Now I've just got to go onto the floor, get it all rubbed down, clean around these bottom drains nice and neat, and then wait for the temp to hit a little bit higher in the numbers, and then yeah, get ready to do the flow coat. But again, the biochamber was not easy. So I've sanded down all the walls, I've sanded everything down, got all the crap off everything, cut all the pipes off tidy where I wanted them. Where you can see that shiny, what I've done is I've sanded everything down there, and just to double make sure that's all lovely and sealed properly, I just hit it with another bout of resin over the top just to give it a little bit of an extra seal. Even though I was 100% sure that was okay, but I've just done it once more, and I've hit all around the corners again once more, apart from that one, because that one was bombers. I've seen that one a mile off. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Like I said, all I've got to do is sand all the bottom down now, making sure there's no burrs, and we can get in here and we can hit it with some top coat. As you can see, my son's bucket went, so there's a little batch I mixed up just to go around there. So I have started with the pipe work, guys, but what I'll do is I'll talk about that again. Today is about this. So what I've got to do now is get my scruffy clothes on and yeah, start flow coating. Absolute mess in my garden, guys, unfortunately. And guess what? Stainless steel Carla's been down and giving me gifts again. I've got some other stuff in the garage that I want to show people, but well, let's see where we get today. Still a bit stressed about this top coat because anything could happen, couldn't it, you know? However, what I'm going to do is I am going to mix, I'm going to start with the biochamber. I'm going to mix a smaller amount, probably about like 2 litres or something like that, and then see what work time I've got with that. So I definitely don't want to make a massive batch up and let it all go off. So yeah, mix 2 litres, and then we'll go from there. Maybe even mix 1 litre. I'm not sure yet whether just to test the water, but I've got plenty of flow coat. I've got flow coat from 2 different sources. I actually bought some flow coat from a company that I'll let you know, Fish Safe Flow Coat, which I know quite a few professionals use. And also I've been given a fibreglassing pack from Jack the Balding Reefer. So he will supply everything you need to fiberglass your pond if you want to DIY it. I don't particularly suggest it unless you're pretty confident that you can do it. But then again, I wasn't confident I was going to do a good job, but I have by accident, so it must be a happy mistake. So might be magic fiberglass, who knows? But anyway, let's get in, get dirty, do a little bit of sanding. I just want to finish this pond now. I just want to finish the fiberglassing because I've been itching for 3 days solid. Yeah, it's totally not an easy job, and for any professional out there that does this for a living, hats off to you. Hats off to you. Yeah, it's not a nice job. It's quite satisfying if it wasn't for the smell. I know I've been using a really good mask as well. I bought a real good mask. It's over there somewhere. But even that doesn't touch the sides, to be honest. And like I'm saying, it is a really enjoyable job when you do it. And I suppose the more you do it, the more you know your product and your work times and stuff. I'm quite comfortable now with the work times. I could definitely do this again. But I definitely want to forget how horrendous the smell was and how it makes you feel. It sort of gets in you. And after you've done it for like 6 hours, the first day, I was real desperate. I felt ill. I felt ill until the next morning, let's put it that way. It's just, I suppose it's solvent abuse, isn't it, at the end of the day? And it's not nice at all. Like, do you know what I mean? I think the closest thing I can relate to is as a young soldier being subjected to CS gas, do you know what I mean? Is very, very similar. Obviously, it's not as potent as CS gas, but after 6 hours in here, it felt like I was subjected to CS gas. But I'm lucky. I had plenty of aeration in here, and this is totally waterproof. It actually rained the first day I was doing this, and nothing came out at all. I was worried actually because I had a couple of drops of water that went on my hand halfway through the first morning, and I was like, no, but it was like the moisture coming out of my mask, so I had to clean the mask out every time I done it. Right, let's get this finished now. Oh man, I'm so excited just to paint this black. It's going to be so different. It's going to be a real dramatic change, and once that's done, then I can crack on. Then we really are cooking on gas. My glass is coming, talking about glass. My glass is coming. I had a text from the company yesterday. I got that through the Balding Reefer as well. I found him to have the best price, and it's 40mm thick, laminated, like three pieces laminated, and it's coming in about 14 days. So yesterday it said I had a maximum of 15-day wait. So I'm expecting it next week, to be honest. I'm hoping that they can deliver it on Monday. If not, I'm going to have a cheeky day off work just to get delivery, and hopefully I can find a couple of mates to give me a hand with it. It's going to be heavy, isn't it? So I think I'm going to put it into the garage, because that's the best way to offload it. And then I got a funny feeling I can get enough friends up here to give me a hand carrying it through to put it in situ. So I've only got to carry it up those stairs, which is not the end of the world. Yeah. There's always something to think about, guys. There's always something to think about. And, right, let's get on with this. Right, guys. So, yeah, I've rubbed everything down. I've actually cleaned everything. I think I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning now, but I need some toast and a cup of tea. The temperature is rising, which only means one thing. I'm very, very close to doing my top coat. So I'll spin you around now, but everything, literally every piece of pond in here and biochamber has been rubbed down with 40 grit or 50 grit, whatever it was, and really diligently checked with a naked hand. I'm very happy with everything so far. There was 2 tiny bits that I just put an extra little bit of resin on, just because it looked like a little bit of a pinhole or something, but I don't think it was. But just out of courtesy, I've mixed up about, like a little tiny bit of resin and just put it on just in case, but I think it's all good anyway. But anyway, let me spin you around, and I've given everything a clean as well, so when I'm doing it, I've got no clutter in the way and I've got no crap to get in my way. But what I need is some calories before I do this. So let me spin you around, show you what I've done. Very happy. Right, so there we are, guys. It's literally a little tiny bit by there, which was nothing. It was just a little bit of dry fibre hanging up, but it was wet underneath, because that, believe it or not, has got like 2 coats of matting. So it was the upper coat of matting that looked a tiny little bit dry when I rubbed it down, so I decided to wet it up a little bit. But anyway, it is all clean. I've got everything off the sides apart from the little bits there. Cleaned all the sides, de-dusted everything. I've got my gloves ready to go there. My tattooing gloves, actually. Do you know what, right? Those used to be £3.95. Now they're £15.95. Thank you very much, COVID-19. Anyway, yeah, and let me show you the biochamber. So like I said, I've cleaned everything now. Got all my tools out the way. Got the old Henry there. Biochamber is ready to go. And what I've done as well, guys, for courtesy, is I've cleaned up my pump house area. So you can kind of see my setup there now a little bit. So I got a purge valve here for the bottom drain, for the inlet for the bio tank. Then I've got This here will have a ball valve on the top, and it will suck. Well, I don't know if I put a ball valve on it actually, because I got those two to isolate it there. But anyway, comes across, comes up. That returns straight to the pond. That goes via the air source heat pump, cuts across. Air source heat pump is going to sit out there, and then there's another return on the far side on the bottom, which goes into the pond. So that's going to be the warm area, which is probably going to make the fish sit right in front of the window. So yeah, I can vary those pumps, which is quite tidy. I've put my poo pipe on, so that's my 3-inch poo pipe. It's actually got a clip on as well. I had to modify the clip a little bit because the clip was a little bit too high. All I wanted was a tiny drop for it to go in. I've got a 1-inch drain valve there and a 1-inch there, which I haven't quite finished yet. Obviously my 2 drain lines. Spin you around. This is my outlet. I did drill that in the wrong place, so that's been put back in, and this is connected, and this is my purge valve here. So you can see the 3 rings on the floor. That's exactly, and you can see the square sections. That's exactly where my drum sits. So when I put my drum in, by the time I've put this little pipe coming up here now, the rubber boots will sit straight on. And then that there, obviously that's a 20,000, but I'm going to put my 30,000 on it so I can save wattage, because that running will be quite expensive compared to my 30,000 and half speed, if you know what I mean. So that's there. I actually made up the little shenanigan by there to go in there, but I'm going to redo it, and the reason is when I put it in, all I done is I put like a 90 and a 90 onto a T, and the pump sat too low. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually not going to do them 2-inch, because the pump is coming from a 2-inch anyway. I'm going to reduce these into 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a reducer inside each one, a 90 going up, coming across onto a T, a ball valve in the middle, and the pump there. So by coming up, I can get the pump higher in the chamber. So I don't want it too low, basically. So that's what I'm going to do. This is my idea. So I've got another 2-inch little pipe here, right? Which goes in and it comes up to there. It's all been solvent welded in. So what that will do is my lead from my pump and the 2 air lines that will be in here can travel through here and come up here and basically come out of here, like, so I don't get any pipes on the tops here. There probably will be a yeah, so they'll just come out here, do you know what I mean? So they should be just underneath the thing. If not, I could probably just notch that, put 2 holes there, and then I can zip tie across the top to make sure they come out lower, do you know what I mean? So as long as they don't hit the top there, I thought that was the easiest way to do it. Contaminants, look at that. Bloody bug, a penny sow. I'll get rid of him in a minute. So yeah, we're all ready to go, guys. There's my bit of air pipe. So I've been checking all the time that this fits. It does fit on that air curtain, absolutely lovely. So I'm looking forward to putting that air curtain on in the next couple of days. So what I'm going to do now is go upstairs, make a cup of tea. Got to find something to eat, and well, back to the stench, isn't it? Feeling happy at the moment. There's only one more step that can go wrong. Touch wood. Oh, it always gives me hiccup. Bread. Fantastic Welsh salted butter. No better way to start the morning. Anyway, I've got this flow coat, excuse me. I got this flow coat now to, I got some wax to mix in it. So let's get that on the go. I'm going to have hiccups now for about half an hour after this fresh bread. What do I do it for? Anyway, run out of milk, so I got Diet Coke. Rightio, guys. I've done it. Obviously, the top coat is still tacky. That'll stay tacky probably until the morning, but it's got 2 lovely days now to go off. Done the right amount of catalyst and all in it, and yeah, well, it's come out a treat. So like I said, the only thing that I'm waiting for it to do is to go off properly, but I can see it going off already, because it goes from that shine to sort of like It goes from glossy to sort of like a satin colour. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, not an expert, but that's what happened to my last ponds, and that's what's happening to these. So let me spin you around. All I'm going to do now is tidy up all the stuff that I've got in the garage, all the resin, get it all stored, because I ain't doing it ever again. And I've got to give what I haven't used back to Jack, etc, etc. Never to be seen again. Until I make some quarantine ponds in my garage next year. Anyway, let me spin you around. Yes, guys. So, what do you think about that then? That's turned out really nice, to be honest. It looks like an EZ pond, doesn't it? But man-made. Couple of little divots from my knees there, but not too shabby. Sealed all around there. They look really nice. Fair dues, those inlets. Sealed all around here. Lovely jubbly. All done, like I said. Probably not a professional job, but I'm very happy with it myself, considering I've saved an absolute shitload. So you can see it just starting to go off there now. Like I said, happy days. And also, just put the roller down. There's my buckets. I got a little bit left over in there. That's that there. Now then, I've got a little bit of contaminant there. A few little bits where the fluff comes off the roller, but hey ho, what can you do? But that is not too shabby. I don't know why that sun's there, but look, very neat. Why is that sun? Look, let me cover that. Where's the camera? There. So I'm very happy actually with my progress. Obviously this blue tape is just to stop any resin getting on there, but like once this is all gone off now, I'll take all of this off. I'll run the sand all the way around there, get rid of any resin, and then what I'll do is I'll seal with a bit of OB1 just all around the corners. Even though probably the water height is going to be about there, but this is going to be bubbling and tumbling, so we'll see how that works. So hopefully that's going to work fine. Touch wood, fingers crossed. And yeah. So, what you reckon, guys? Not too shabby for a daft guy from Wales. And like I said, as Yen says, Yen can cook, so can you. It's quite cool because you can even see the actual corners where I've actually, well, it's worked out lovely. You know, it's absolutely worked out lovely. I can't believe I've done it. I cannot believe I've done it. I'm buzzing, guys. But I've sealed around all of these little holes. Absolutely pucker. So I'm not going anywhere near this pond now for the next couple of days. I'm just going to leave it go off by itself. Happy days. Really nice. Lovely. And then what my plans are, obviously, because I've got a big gap all the way through there, that is all going to be filled up with compost. So once this has all gone off and I've put my tiles all the way across there to match all the back and fill in those little voids in the very far corners, what I am going to do is mix up a lovely fluffy mix of compo and fill in those, so it'll basically come straight up. And I think I've got probably about a 5 to 10 mil overhang on the slab there, you know. And that's what I'm going to do that, lovely jubbly. What I'm considering doing is actually chamfering this back, so there is no hard edge anywhere on there, which I think is a bloody good idea. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. So if you can see, it'll just chamfer back towards the wall, and that will give any kind of water coming up, it'll splash back into the pond rather than coming over the top, if you get my meaning. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do there, and that's going to eliminate any kind of sharp edge on the corner there for any fish to knock themselves on. It's going to be a little 10-degree angle with compo. And that'll happen all the way around, and I'll sculpt something nice into the skimmer's sides there. Well, temperature's really kicking up now, guys, so it's probably about 16, 17 degrees now. And it feels a bit warmer in here, actually, to be honest, with this roof on. So, but I'm really happy with this. So bearing in mind, thank you very much, Chip, for telling me about possibly this this foam compressing and cracking off at the drains. So to his end of advice, what I've done is that is just on the solid base. All that's got is a little bit of self-leveling on there, so there's no amount of force is going to crack those. They are bang on in situ. And obviously when I've got my stainless steel things in there, it's going to be lovely. I haven't cleaned out the insides, guys, and that's for a reason. So I put a layer of like dust in there, so when all the excess sort of like fiberglass and all fell into there, it doesn't stick to it. So now I can just, when this is all gone off, I can take that out and really give it a good clean. And I think what I'm going to do is mix up a tiny bit more top coat and just paint all the way inside, because you'll be able to see through the grids. So I want it to be quite tidy if I can, which I think again is probably another good idea. Yeah, so slow and steady. That is one small step for a Welshman, and a giant step for pond kind, if that makes sense. So I'm very happy with that. So guys, hopefully that's going to hold water. The fish are doing absolutely banging. My toes are absolutely banging. Does anybody want to have a look? Let's have a look at the fish. Can't recommend one of those enough. Here's the fish down there. Bit skitty. So what I've done, guys, is a few of them, well, one of the Sankey in particular has been flashing. So what I've done is I've performed a PP treatment today. They've had four hours of PP. I've just neutralized it with hydrogen peroxide. That's why the water looks a little tiny bit cloudy. And then tomorrow I'm going to hit them with a Lernix treatment, because yeah, the old flukes are back. So I want to get them nice and comfortable, ready for the winter. And then what I'm going to do next, I think, is cover this, because I got a funny feeling that heat loss on that is costing me a bomb. So I'll cover this, and I normally put like a little wedge up there of wood just to stop any air going in and out. But yeah, that's going to be happening there. Let's have a little look at the Tozai. Oh, what's that? Could be a pond. Tozai are absolutely fantastic. Again, still my favourite pond. Look, they all think they got touch it. Absolutely fantastic. There's some corkers in there, guys. Oh, look at that tray. Oh, what a nice shower. The other thing I got to do now is get rid of all this resin. Absolutely hate it. Yeah, guys, so the products I've been using are pretty much, like I said, I got this talc to mix in with the resin to make a paste, which I've never actually had to use. So I've got that ready for the next time. We got some plenty of acetone, mixing bottle, plenty of bottles, you shithead. And we've got the top coat here. So if anybody's interested in these products, just let me know, and I can pass you on to the correct sources. However, there's two ways to do this. So the company I bought the top coat off will pre-mix the pigment into the top coat, so if you wanted to make it dense black. If not, you can get a clear top coat, and you can actually add your own pigment. And obviously, we've got all the catalysts and all that kind of stuff that will actually arrange properly on that. And we've got the mixing bottle. You can get the buckets from there. You can get everything you want from there. So like I said, hit me up if anybody's interested in DIYing their pond. And I'd be more than happy to share as much information as I can with you to make your journey as easy as it can be. Believe it or not, there's people out there that don't want to help people. So I'm actually all for helping people, and a load of amazing fiberglasses has contacted me as well, and put me on the right path, where to get stuff, what to do, what curing times, what things. So there is genuine people out there that will help you. But I will say one thing: fiberglassing is no joke. It really isn't a joke. And if you don't think you can pull it off, you probably won't pull it off. You've got to be quietly confident to have a good go at it. And as long as you're reasonably handy and your brain and your head's screwed on, yeah, you know, you can do it. It's just not a nice job. It's not a nice job at all. I didn't plan on doing this myself. I'm glad I have now, because I've saved myself a lot of money. And I got the satisfaction of saying I've done it myself. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm really buzzing that that's done. The sun's come out now. That top coat's curing off. Thank God that is done before winter. That's all I can say. So anyway, thanks for watching. And, well, until the next time, let's see what else we've got to do on the pond. A lot, unfortunately. Guys, just a little add-on to the video at the end. I've been talking to an amazing guy called Kenneth, who's got his own business who fiberglasses, and if anybody needs it, let me know, because they're nationwide. They do a lot of work with Tim from Quality Nishinagoy and all that kind of stuff, but they're really nice guys, and he's put me on the right track. And what he did pick up when I sent him the picture of this is, he goes, mate, he goes, what you want to do is, you want to hit it with another top coat. He goes, because it looks to me to be a little bit thin in areas, which is absolutely right, because now it's gone off, and that shine's gone. You can actually see that it needs another coat. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is just rub it down quick and hit it with another top coat. Absolutely easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But apart from that, I tell you what else I done. Managed to actually cover this as well. So all I've done is used polythene sheet, and it's all covered. It's kind of double layered up, and because we've got the mesh underneath, that's absolutely fine. It's just stapled all the way around, fits snug. Fitted that little gap there. Bearing in mind that is only going to be used for the next few months until this pond is up and running. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching. You can just see the patchiness there now it's dried, but like I said, once that's rubbed down, and another top coat on there, which I've got loads. I've literally got about 35-40 litres of top coat left. So but that's for my next projects. Thanks for watching. See you later.